Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jens Matteo and I'm back for a weekly Oracle card pull to see the energies of this week. So let's start, let's shuffle. And as I'm shuffling, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to check out my book, A World in Transition. It's all about conspiracy, spirituality, links in the description. So let's pull a random card. Oh my God, it's the same card as last week. That's just crazy. It's the same card as last week. So if you haven't watched last week's message, watch it. Because this is the universe saying this is really important. So anyway, if you haven't watched it, watch it. So I'll pull a clarifier card. Maybe I should do these once a month because this is like the third time that's happening. I'm pulling the same card. So it must be that that message is still very apt. So let's pull a clarifier card. What other things do we have to notice this week? Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So this is actually, again, in the same theme of what I talked about last week. The thing I talked about last week was, trust the timing. And now it's about you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So this is still the overarching theme of a lot of people worrying what is going to happen. Last card was trust the timing. So this is again saying us, what's happening in the world. We will survive this, Don't fall into the gloom and doom. That's really important. Don't believe, also in the Truder community, there's a lot of doom and gloom, honestly. We need to stand in the light. And this Truder community that's saying, we're all going to hell and they're going to wipe us out. And, I don't believe it. See, you'll survive this. New solutions and new beginnings. Because what's happening in this world is we are not in end times. We are not in end times. We are in transition times. And that's a big difference. So the old is dying and a new is beginning. And as the old is dying, it can be really, scary for people sometimes because the old structures are imploding and it feels like reality is like imploding on itself. For people still based in the old world, people who are grasping onto the old world, it's pretty scary because the old world is going to die. So, and if your footing is in the old world, that's pretty scary because your footing is going to fall away. The old concepts, we are in times where the vibration earth is rising, where new concepts are being introduced, where new energies are coming in. And if you want to stay in these old energies, it's going to get harder and harder for you. It's going to get harder and harder to maintain that lifestyle, that sense of self even, to maintain that view of reality that you had. So the message here is really go with the flow. Don't try to hold on because you're going to be in for a rude awakening. If you try to keep holding on to these old concepts of this old earth, of this old reality, if you're going to want to try to keep implementing that in the new reality that is coming in, you're going to have a tough time. You're going to be forced to change or you're going to fall flat on your face. So this is what this card is saying. There's new solutions and new beginnings coming in. We're in birthing pains. This is a time of birthing, of a birth pain of a new reality. And of course, it doesn't go without its struggles and without its chaos sometimes. And of course, we have these dark forces out there that want to make it seem like, everything is falling apart and there's chaos in the world, which there is partly of their creation. We got to hold that vision. We got to trust that there is a new beginning here. Really, really important. Trust that there is a new time coming on earth. Trust that there is a new beginning. And whatever happens to these people who are into control, they'll go off to their own timeline. I speak a lot about this in the talks that I give. Yeah, that's actually the main message. It's actually, we're still in the same energy because there's a lot of concern in awake circles, what's going to happen. But trust that this is a new time, there's new concepts coming in. And you're not going to see it in the news because the media is still from the old world. They're still pushing that old world narrative. And they are going to collapse. They're going to collapse. So yeah, I think this is a great message once again. I pulled the same card and then I pulled the second card, which, kind of extends on that. So I think this is really interesting. So really trust the divine. Trust the divine. Interesting, very apt, very synchronistic. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.